This is about what I see when I open a resume up in my applicant tracking systems. So it's not the full first page. It's like the top half of the first page. If you know old newspaper slang, they called this above the fold. When they used to print out newspapers and they would be folded in half, that would be what you would see, the top half of the first page. That above the fold is the most important real estate in terms of marketing that you have. And so here's how I structure this. I have one short, bold headline here, and I want to just draw your attention to some of the words, and then you're going to see me do this in real time. So I start out with a really strong word that is actually cultivated straight from the job description. So if they describe wanting someone who's strategic, I'm going to use strategic, but you may see other words in the job description, and I'll help you pull those out there, but we're going to mirror back to them what those words are. And this mirroring is actually something humans do in real life communication. If I'm having a conversation with you in person and you lean in, I might lean in. If you smile, I might smile. If you're nodding, I might nod along. This is a primate response. It's called mirroring. How do you do that on paper? You look at the job description very carefully and you use the language they use back to them so that you cultivate a sense of us in the resume. When I'm the recruiter reading this, I'm seeing all these words that I'm familiar with because I helped write the job description. I'm living there. This is very familiar to me. And I'm seeing that you're already kind of signaling, I'm one of us. I belong here. So that's why we're using this language. So in this case, this was actually tailored for a real job. Strategic was one of the key words that came up over and over in their job description. Then I'm going to put the title that they're looking for. And so they were looking in this role, I can't remember the exact title, but it was like VP of Talent Acquisition or something like that. Then I'm going to mirror some of the language that they're looking for that actually comes from my experience back to them. So they are building an R&D group. They want systems. They're a startup. They wanted somebody who would come in and bring systems and operations into this role. They wanted someone who could build a team as well. As they grew, they wanted this person to be able to hire a recruiting team under them. And they were a medical device company. So I wanted to get that sort of through line in there too. So across 100 plus biotech and medical device innovators. And innovators was another word that came in this job description. Innovation was pretty prominent in this job description. So this sentence in one sentence does a lot of heavy lifting, and it should set the recruiter's synapses firing. They should see this and go, ooh, this is all the stuff I'm looking for. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I should be nodding at this point. Then I have 5 professional highlights cultivated from anywhere in my past experience, but mirrored to the most important 5 things they are looking for in this job. And I'm going to selectively bold. And I just want to say this. When I say selectively, I mean selectively. If you bold everything, you might as well bold nothing. I want bolding to be the actual keywords. So recruiting teams, that was huge in this role, team building. Talent acquisition systems, they wanted someone to come in and build systems. Competitive intelligence, that was something specifically they named in this job description. And then beyond that, they're looking for people who can be hands-on sort of player coaches in this role. So someone who could jump in and do sourcing and somebody who could also do some employer branding. So those were further down in the job description, less important, but they were things that I chose to highlight here because they really reflected what they were looking for in the job. I get pushback. Probably maybe half of the folks that come into my program look at this highlight section and they say, this is repetitive from everything else in my resume. And you're right, it is. I like to think of this as a movie trailer. When you see a movie trailer on TV, you see a whole bunch of scenes from the movie stitched together into a really compelling trailer that makes you want to go see the movie. When you get to the movie, you don't ask for your money back and try and walk out because you've already seen some of the scenes from the movie in that trailer. Now you're looking at the movie, you're watching it, and those scenes make more sense. Now there's context around them and you understand them a little bit better, and it paints a more compelling story. I've just never heard somebody go in and be upset that they've already seen scenes from the trailer. That is what your headline section is. Your professional headlines are the movie trailer for the rest of your resume.